Hi everybody and welcome back to Diygnome Creations. If you're new here, my name is Laurel and I love to create. This week I wanted to do something in the October theme, being the first week of October, so I decided to create this adorable little headless horseman. He is so cute. I am so happy with how he turned out. He's got his little light inside his pumpkin head here, and I'm going to show you guys right now how you can make your very own little headless horseman. We're going to start by just making a ball with some aluminum foil here. And then we're going to take some polymer clay. This is about 3 or 4 different colors that I kind of just mushed together to get the color I wanted. And now I'm just going to roll it out with a rolling pin until I have enough that I can just kind of wrap it around our aluminum ball we made. Just going to cut off any little extra bits here. And then just kind of wrap it around, smoothing it out. Took a little green stem here, just flattened out the base of it. We're just going to squish that down into the top there, give it a little twist. And then I'm just going to cut a circle just of the clay itself here around, and should just peel away, but my clay is very soft, so it is really sticky. So I'm just going to use some tools to kind of help scrape it away. And then I'm just going to use a tool, just anything you have that you can make a line with. And we're just going to make our lines on our pumpkin here now. Just going all the way around. They don't need to be perfect because they're not perfect naturally. Again, I wanted to make this a little twistier, so I just used a little cornstarch because it was getting really sticky. So here I had put it in the freezer for a while, so now it's nice and hard and easier to work with. And now I'm just going to start cutting out my face on my pumpkin. So we're just going to start carving that away. First the mouth, and then I just use a tool to kind of soften the edges, and it just kind of gives it like a wrinklier look around the mouth as well. I just kind of made some little lines around it this way. We'll just keep going all the way around the mouth, and then I'm just going to make a little tiny triangle nose here. And then for his eyes, I kind of made like a teardrop shape, sideways teardrop shape, I guess, for his eyes. And just carve those out as well, picking out the loose clay. It's starting to get soft again already. And again, just smoothing out the edges all the way around that. And then I just made some more texture kind of in it, just tiny little lines all over in it. And then I'm going to start on our hands now. So this is just some black polymer clay. So I made that in 2 even pieces, and then I'm going to cut about 1/4 of that off, and kind of a cone shape with a flat top though. And then I'm going to take the rest of his hand here, and I'm going to start making like an oval shape with that. Same thing on the other one, cut off about 1/4 of it, make a little flat cone shape, and then make an oval shape, flat on the one end as well. And then we're going to take our scissors and we're going to start cutting a thumb and 4 fingers. And then just take those little digits and start rolling them in your fingers to smooth out your edges. And then we'll just attach that little cone bottom. We're going to poke a hole with our ball tool here, right in the bottom of that, and then just start smoothing it out and kind of thinning it out, widening out that hole a bit. I'm just kind of making him a pair of gloves here. Just get it nice and smooth, kind of widening out, let it flare out a little bit at the bottom. And then just smooth out your seam there so it all goes together. And I curve my fingers a bit too. So same thing on our other hand. Just rolling out our fingers. Attach our base. Add our hole in the bottom here. Thin that out so it's wide enough for our arm to go in. And now I'm just going to poke a hole in it, and that's where our wire for our arm is going to attach to our hand later. And now I'm just adding a little bacon bond from Sculpting right on there to attach our hand to our pumpkin. And now I'm going to bake those at 130 for 30 minutes. So now I just took this pool noodle, it is 4 inches long, And these are foam hair rollers that I am taking 2 inches off the ends of. Just the foam itself that I'm cutting, not the wire inside. And then we'll just remove the plastic tip and remove that foam piece we cut off. We'll just put those aside, and now we're going to cut the legs. So for the legs, I want those 4 inches long, and I will cut the foam there. And again, do the same thing and remove the top part. We don't want that. But for this, we're going to take the wires right out, and I'm going to replace that with some wooden skewers. We're going to put those so there's about 2 inches sticking up out of the skewer there, and just glue your foam roller right in there so it's nice and tight. And then we'll remove the rest of the skewer at the bottom so it's nice and flush with that. And now I have a 1-inch styrofoam ball that I'm going to cut in half. And I'm going to glue that onto a piece of cardstock right in front of these little blue shot glasses that we're also gluing on this cardstock. So glue the shot glass down, and then glue down your styrofoam ball, attaching it to the shot glass as well. And then we're just going to trim around that. You kind of have a figure 8 shape when you're done. And then we're just going to add a little glue, and I'm going to wrap it in just this strip of black plush fabric I have. And we're just going to roll those right up in that. Trimming off your edge. And then we're going to put a little bit of glue right on the styrofoam ball and on the top of the glass, and just push the material down, and then glue the sides together and pinch them together in the front. Take off a little extra off the top. And then we're just going to glue down the top and tuck it right inside our cup. Same thing for the other boot. Put glue all the way around it, wrap it, tuck your sides in, tuck the top in. Now I'm taking this really fluffy black, and I'm just going to put a strip of that all along the top just to finish off our boot. And glue it together at the back and cut off your extra. Same thing on our other boot, just glue a strip all the way around the top so that you know your legs will fit in there. And now I'm taking this pleather vinyl material I have, and I'm going to wrap that all around my pool noodle with using some hot glue. And then just cut off the extra so it is even with your pool noodle. Next, I'm going to do the same thing with that same fabric with the legs. We're going to wrap those right up in that vinyl fabric as well. And then I just traced out a circle and glued that right to the bottom of the pool noodle. For the arms, I'm just going to wrap it in this black fabric I have. This is from a Halloween cape that we had laying around. So we're going to use that for the arms and the coat as well. So this is the bottom of that cape. So I'm going to use this for the inside of our coat. So I'm just going to cut out 2 rectangles, one of just the black part of the cape and one of the flames. Both are 11 by 17 approximately. And I'm going to start hot gluing those together, good side to good side, on 3 sides of our rectangle here. So the 2 short ends and what will be the bottom part of our coat. And now I'm going to turn those right side out. And then I'm going to take this craft foam. I'm going to cut a strip of that, enough to go around our pool noodle at the top. And I'm just going to make some rounded edges on it and cut that. This will be the collar for our coat. So we're going to just wrap this in some black minky fabric now. I'm just going to put some hot glue on that and just wrap it all the way around. Kind of pleating around those rounded edges a bit. And just trim that off. Hot gluing if you need to. And then I just took a tool to make holes for our legs, making sure they're even across from each other. For the booties, we put some hot glue in the bottom of those and then some glue right around the legs, and we just press those right into the booties firmly. And next we're going to poke those wooden skewers right into the holes we made on our pool noodle, pulling them out a little bit to add some hot glue right onto the skewer itself. Same on the other leg. And then we're going to take our coat and start wrapping it around the top. So we're just going to put a little hot glue right around the hole there and just wrap the material right into that hole, leaving yourself enough for a collar on his coat. And then we're going to take that collar that we made and wrap that all the way around the top of our pool noodle, just hot gluing it down. For our arms, we're going to straighten out those wires. And then we're going to use a tool to poke holes right through the fabric and our pool noodle. And then we're going to put our arms in there, adding hot glue to that and press firmly. Same thing on the other side. Poke a hole, add some hot glue, and press firmly. Next, for our little cape, we are making, this is a piece of minky, the same width as our coat. And I'm just going to hem down all 4 edges of this just to make it look nice. And then we're just going to attach that right underneath where that collar is we attached. We're going to glue this down all the way around. I glued it to the ends first, just so you know exactly how much you need to pleat around the middle here. We need to have a little bit of pleats in there just to make it look more gathered and looks more natural then. And now we're going to start to attach his hands. First though, I have to remove all this aluminum foil from inside. This is when I learned that I probably didn't want to make quite such a tight aluminum foil ball next time. It took a little bit to get all the pieces out. But we did get it all out, so it's not a big deal. And then we took some E6000 and I put that right on the wires of his arms and we just poked that right into the hole that we made in his hands there. So just push it right on there, right into the hole. And then I realized I forgot to do the black wash I wanted to do on my pumpkin. So I just put some aluminum foil around that to protect his coat. Made a little black wash by putting some black acrylic paint into a little cup of water. And then I just put that all over the whole pumpkin. It does dry a lot lighter than it looks when you first put it on, so don't panic. And just dab any place there's extra, and there he is. Well, there he is, our little headless horseman is all done. All he needs now is a horse. So I hope you guys like this tutorial. Let me know in the comments below what you think. I love to hear from you guys. And thanks again for watching. I really appreciate every one of you. And make sure to check back soon because we have more creations to come. And until then, love to all. Have yourselves a great week.